Hey there, it's Chris from Good Roads. Welcome back. I hope everybody is staying well, staying healthy and safe. We are deep into lockdown and quarantine, and time has ceased to have any meaning whatsoever. But the weather's been getting really nice, and if you wear a mask and stay socially distant, it's a really good time to get some riding in. So maybe to help you get out there and do some riding, in this video I want to show you the absolute easiest way to build your own longboard deck. You only need a few inexpensive materials and a handful of tools to tackle this really fun project, and at the end you'll have a custom, fully functional longboard that you've made yourself. So let's get started. First, materials. Now I'm not counting the stuff that you need to set up your board. Grip, wheels, trucks, bearings, bushings, spacers, hardware. I'm only talking about the things that you need to make your deck, and they are: 1 2-foot by 4-foot sheet of 1/4-inch Baltic birch plywood. Can you use normal plywood? I'm gonna say no, it's just not strong enough. It's marine grade plywood or bust on this one. And you're also gonna need some of this, Titebond III wood glue. Can you use other wood glues? Yes. Will they work as well? No. You can get both of those off of Amazon, so I'll have links down in the description. You also need a finish of some kind, so a polyacrylic or polyurethane or whatever you happen to have around. And if you want to do art, you need stuff to do art, so probably some of that 13th century insect-based dye that you have to steal from the local museum. Or, you know, paints and markers and stuff. Next up, you're gonna need some tools, but not many. Here's what you need. Some clamps, something to cut your longboard out with, use what you got. Something to round the rails of your board, routers, files, sandpaper, all work really well here. And a drill, and a 3/16 bit. You're also gonna need 3 planks of wood that are as long as the board you wanna make. I'm using scraps from around the shop just to show that it really doesn't need to be anything special at all. If you don't have scraps, you can use some cutoffs from your Baltic birch. And lastly, we're gonna need a table or bench to work on. And that's it. Just a quick note before we get started building, you really can do all of this by hand. This is a deck that I shaped entirely with hand tools earlier on the channel. That series is a little bit old, and I'm happy to say that the videos that I'm putting out now are of a much higher quality. But if you want to take a look, there's still a ton of good information in that series, and you can see for yourself that you really can shape a deck completely by hand. Okay, on with the build. First step is you're gonna need to rip 2 sheets from your plywood. You want them to be the width of your deck plus a little extra. I'm aiming for a 9.5-inch wide deck, so I ripped my sheets to 10 inches. Make sure you cut in the direction of the grain on the outer veneers of the plywood. Once you have your sheets ripped, you need to cut them to length. My deck is going to be about 37 inches long, so I cut my sheets a little longer than that, again, to leave myself some wiggle room. Flat boards are boring. If we wanted a flat longboard, we could just cut it out of a plank of wood. We're going to make an actual deck with actual curves, and here's how we're going to do it. 2 of our spare lengths of wood are going to support the outside edges of our plywood sheets up off the table. Then we're going to lay that 3rd piece of wood right down the center of our board and clamp it down. We can use this to make concave, which is the rail-to-rail curves that help keep our feet on the board and make turning easier. And we can use it to make rocker or camber, which are the nose-to-tail curves that change the feel of how the board rides. And don't worry, this is all for demonstration. I'm going to show you how all of this works in detail shortly. 2 things to consider at this point. Number 1, if you use taller pieces of wood on the rails, it gives you the ability to have a deeper concave. Number 2, if you use a wider board in the middle, you'll get a more U-shaped, tubby concave, and you use a thinner board, you'll get a more V-shaped concave. Even though this technique is really simple, you can still get a lot of variation on shapes. Okay, so now we understand the theory, let's put it into practice. Just as some prep, I like to cover my work surface with paper so I don't get glue everywhere. Then we're gonna lay down our 2 outer strips of wood. And on top of that, we're going to put down our first sheet of marine ply, making sure the edges are supported and that everything is lined up. Next, we are going to cover that sheet with our Titebond glue. Be generous with your glue. It's better to have too much than too little. It's really helpful to have something to spread the glue with, and here I'm just using a piece of plastic that I cut from a laundry detergent bottle. Use what you got. Once you've got the first sheet of plywood covered, lay your second sheet down on top of it. Then we're going to grab that 3rd board, lay it down the center of the sheets, and use clamps to squish it down. My table is a little awkward for this board size, and some of my clamps didn't reach all the way, so I'm using some additional scraps as spars to span the gap. And here you can see the concave starting to take shape. But like I said, you can also get more subtle curves with this method, and here's how. If you want your deck to have some camber, clamp the nose and tail down more than the center. And if you want some rocker, clamp the center down more than the nose and tail. I'm aiming for some shallow rockers, so I clamped my center down more, and you can see that the nose and tail bend up a little bit. And that's your layup done. Now you just gotta wait for the glue to dry. You need to wait at least 24 hours, but longer is better because it gives your curves a better chance to set in place. There's always gonna be a little bit of deflex when you demold a board, and that's okay. You just wanna plan for it. So after a day or 3, remove your clamps and check out your deck plank. Cool. If all went according to plan, you should have a pleasantly curved piece of wood. Mine came out pretty good, with a nice mellow, shallow concave, and even the slightest bit of rocker tip to tail. Great! Now we have to shape this thing and get it ready to receive hardware, and to do that, we need a center line. Now your sheets may have shifted while you were pressing them, so make sure to measure the center from where they overlap. The places where one sheet overhangs the other aren't going to be usable. I marked the center of my nose and tail, and used a cutoff from my plywood as a straight edge to draw my center line. If you made a mistake, no big deal, just go back and fix it. You can always sand it out. Next we're going to need to come up with a shape for our board. I like making templates out of paper and then using my center line as a reference to get my boards nice and symmetrical. Maybe once it's laid out, you don't really like what you see, and you make some adjustments. Maybe you do that 3 times because you can't decide on a shape that you like. This is your board, guys. Take the time to get it the way you want. Once you've got a shape you're happy with, it's time to cut it out. Some tools are easier for this, but there's a ton of ways of making this happen. Use what you got. Once your deck is cut out, you need to refine and shape the edges of your board. And again, there's lots of good tools for this. Use what you got. Next, we need to drill our bolt holes, and for that we're gonna need a drill, a 3/16 drill bit, and a drilling template. I've got one of those available for free on the website. There'll be a link down below, or you could use a guide like this one. I've been developing this guide for a while now. It really helps keep your holes perfectly aligned and vertical. If they haven't been released by the time this video goes out, they will be soon. So keep an eye on the channel and the site for updates on when they'll be available. Does your board need wheel wells? Mine did. So I grabbed a rasp and carved myself out some wheel wells. And with that done, it's time for final sanding. I worked my way up through the grits until the deck was smooth to the touch. What about art? Do we want art? Sure. I'm not gonna get into board art and graphics in this video because that stuff is really personal and you can spend a lifetime learning about it. But I will say that I did the art on this deck completely with paint pens and markers, so you don't need crazy supplies to make something look good. Express yourself. The only thing that's left is to give your deck a couple coats of finish, and then it's done. And here's mine. It's as easy as that. Just squeeze 2 sheets of Baltic birch plywood together with some glue, cut it into a shape you like, drill it, finish it, and congratulations, you've made a deck. And all for under 50 bucks in materials, less if you've already got the finish. But enough chit chat, let's get this board ready to ride. Man, this deck is fun. Between our move to the mountains and lockdown, I haven't gone longboarding in a while, and it is really nice to get out and ride pavement again. And the deck has some really nice qualities. The mellow concave gives me a good amount of control and is comfy without being too aggressive. I can't say that I noticed the rocker that much, but the deck does have a really nice flex, which I wasn't expecting. And I'm really glad I added these wheel wells. I couldn't make this thing wheel bite if I tried. So, there you have it, folks. With a couple of tools, some cheap materials, and a little bit of elbow grease, you can build a legitimately good longboard deck that's really fun to ride. And I hope that I've been able to show you just how easy it can be. I would be thrilled if this video inspired you to build a deck, because that's what I want to do. I want to help you get out there and make boards. So if you like the video, you can always subscribe. This is just one of many DIY board sports style projects we do here on the channel. If you've got any questions or comments, leave them down below. I do try to respond to as many as possible. And if you do build a deck, I'd love to see it. Hit me up on Instagram or something, @ChrisFromGoodRoads. That's gonna be it for this one. I hope you guys liked it, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Once you have your Once you have your sheets ripped,